And so I was thinking all this in my head as we were talking, and he said, "Can you come back on Friday?" And this was on a Wednesday. He said, "Can you come back on a Friday and play some ideas to the BBC team? And I'll introduce you as the composer, and then just bring in some initial ideas and see how we get on." So I was thinking, "Oh, I've got a day to do it," So I sort of rushed back home, thinking, "Is that idea? Is that too crazy? Is it too mad?" And I thought, no, I couldn't think of anything else that had that same, that was strong enough, really.
Yeah.
The thing about that was it was a sort of distinctive idea. It wasn't just a tune or anything. It was just it was an idea. So I thought, no, that's going to be the one. So I sort of put it together when I got back on the Thursday, and then did all the layers, added some nice string chords underneath. So it's really like very, very minimal. It's basically like starts from that. There's only like 4 main layers. So there's the drums, the bass, the big drums, and then the strings. And so it's quite sort of minimal, really, but it sounds big, And I was thinking, oh, that's sort of working. And so I took that down to the BBC team, and Martin introduced me, and I played the idea. And they just looked at each other and went, "I think you've done it. That's it. Wow. That's the one. That's absolutely perfect. Don't change it." And it's like an incredible moment. That was the start of it, really. And so from that basic sort of idea of the pips and the beats per second and the bass line, those are the core elements that I've used for the last 22 years. In all the other versions that I've done, the pips are always the thing that give it that identity.
Yeah. And of course there are variations of the theme as well, because you've got the headlines and the main titles, and of course the countdown as well.
Yeah, that's right. So you got the headlines like that. So and that's on a sort of running loop, which I think is 4 minutes worth, and you can trigger it any time you like. So when you finish the headline, you can trigger it again. And even though the breaks aren't that musical, not in time, it gives it a sense of urgency and sort of drama, which is great because it's quite random. So, and there's little tags that go on the end of that. So they do a headline, talk like this over the headline, and then there'd be a tag on the end. So there's lots of little elements. And so, we put that idea together,